Yo man, we could def make a hit. Let me send you some beats. Yo man, I think we could make something dope. What's your Gmail? Yeah bro, we can def work together, but I get paid on Friday.
Let's be honest, there has to be a better way than endlessly messaging artists to try and sell a beat, right? In fact, I'll be talking to a producer who uses that better way, and he'll share some major gems with you later on, so stick around. Because how awesome would it be to post a video saying about how you want to sell a custom beat, and then selling a custom beat to an artist who views that exact video? You had a video where you posted essentially like working on a custom beat, and then somebody hit you up about a custom beat, right?
Yep.
Did they actually pay for a custom beat?
Yep.
Because that's exactly what Krista did, even with 900 followers. So that means you can avoid things like scrolling endlessly through hashtags on Instagram, sending mind-numbing DMs that you don't even care about, to be honest. And let's be honest, if you're lucky, you'll get the response, yeah bro, I get paid on Friday. Don't get me wrong, I've heard and seen successful producers that have hustled on IG to message artists and to get beat sales. So I'm definitely not saying that it doesn't work, but don't you think there's a better way to spend your time? And we'll talk about that better way in just a second. Because here's the thing, right? Let's say that you get great at messaging artists and you become a DM beat selling wizard. You find out that if you message 500 artists, you usually get 100 responses, and on average you can get 3 sales. Well, congrats, but you played yourself.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
The reason I say this is because think about all the time you had to put in to get those 3 sales. In that example I just gave you, you had to send out 500 messages. And let's be honest, how much time would it even take to make $1,000 if you're just selling $20, $30 beat leases? And the thing is, the second you stop messaging artists, you're screwed. So then what's this better method that I'm hyping up? The better way to do this is to have the artist find and message you. And my producer friends, that is done by content creation. Now, a few things. This doesn't mean that you need a fancy light and camera. Your phone will be enough to do all of this. In fact, this is what Krista uses to make all of his content. Also, you don't need to become a social media marketing guru. You just need to know how to get an artist's attention. And if you're also worried about it, you don't need to become a dancer. Unless, of course, you wanna dance to your beats. So let's go ahead and talk to Krista about the better method that he has been using to create content and consistently sell beats online. Have you ever tried like one-on-one messaging artists on Instagram?
I haven't tried like finding artists and rappers and DMing them first. Most of the time it's usually artists messaging me. I could do it for one day, but then I would get bored. Like, it's just not something I could keep up with.
What kind of inspired you to make content? Was it just like, well, if I'm not gonna message people, there's only one way they're gonna find me?
Honestly, I got inspired to make content from watching your videos and you showing all these examples of how it worked for people. And it's just like, might as well try it. It might work. And it ended up working.
And now you're the example, dude. How full circle is that?
Man, it feels great that it actually worked.
How has this actually helped you form relationships and kind of just build with other people in the space? Not only just make sales, but also like get friendships.
With content, I feel like a lot of people have seen my videos, and even if people won't immediately reach out to me, eventually they'll reach out to me and they'll recognize me from a video they might have seen like a few weeks ago, a few months ago. And they're like, wait, I recognize your voice, I recognize your face. And I feel like it builds trust with other producers and other artists that they know me and know what I make.
How long have you been doing content, just to give people sort of a idea?
I started making videos like TikToks, Reels, I think in late March, early April. I tried to do it every day, but most of the times it ends up being every other day, just because I sometimes don't have ideas, but every other day or every day is kind of where I've been doing it since April.
Did you see any like quick wins at first, or was it very, very slow?
It was pretty slow to begin with, but I think it's just because I went from not doing that to doing that. So a lot of my videos, they weren't good ideas. They were boring, bad quality. The video would be in like 480p. people, the audio, I'd be like recording my FL Studio with my Android phone and it just would not be picking up anything. I'd be like, oh, listen to this crazy beat I made. And it just sounded like it was coming through like an old TV.
But how has it changed? Because now all that content you've made since last year is kind of always in circulation. How has that kind of changed just how you grow now?
Well, with past videos, a lot of them, every now and then, there'll be like certain spikes with old videos. Like there'll be like a month where it gets like, you know, a few views maybe, but then there will be like a week where it just gets hundreds to thousands of views again. And people start reaching out to me again. Like I've had people reach out to me for beats that I've made like half a year ago, like within this last week. So it's like, it's pretty much a passive thing where after you upload it, you don't have to worry about it, but people will always see it.
You had a video where you posted essentially like working on a custom beat, and then somebody hit you up about a custom beat, right?
Yep.
Did they actually pay for a custom beat?
Yep.
I don't want to say, is it easy to sell people if they first reach out to you, but is it pretty easy to sell people if they reach out to you because they saw your content already?
If people reach out to you, it's so much easier because they already have intent. If you're cold DMing somebody and you're like, dude, let's work. And they're like, okay, what do you want to do? First, send me money and then we'll start working. They'll be like, well, what's the point?
Do people ever just message you like, can I get the link to buy this?
Like at least one person every single day, somebody asks for a link to a beat they saw on like a reel or TikTok.
Really? At least once a day? That's crazy, bro.
I don't sell every day, but it's somebody asks for a link every day.
Yeah. How many followers do you have right now on Instagram?
930.
So not even, I think really what comes down is people would probably think, yo, this dude probably has like 50,000 followers, bro. I can never do that. Yeah. But you haven't even broke 1,000. So not to shit on you, but just say that like for like the results you're seeing, like it's not like you have some crazy mass following. It's something that really anybody can achieve. And especially with the algorithm. Here's a question to you. Have you ever seen just like rapid periods of growth and then it just dies out for a little bit?
Towards the end of the year was kind of one of those periods where when I hit 800 followers, I shot up to 900 within just a few weeks. And then once I hit 900, I stayed at 900 for about 2 months. I literally didn't gain like a single follower, or be like somebody would follow me, but somebody else would unfollow me. So that kind of happens where 1 month you'll see a crap ton of growth, just like so much growth that it's insane and you feel so inspired, and then the next month is just like, well, what happened? Where is everybody? But my mentality now is that if I'm having a slow month, what matters is if I stay consistent, because if I stop doing stuff during that month, then I will never see another growth period. So if I keep with it, I might have another growth period, but I won't know until it happens. So, it's worth trying.
I love it. I love it. You can't lose the game if you don't stop playing, because the game is to play. You win by playing. Boom, boom. Now you mentioned earlier, like recording with your phone and like sound like an old TV, terrible quality. What are like 3 pieces of advice that like, if you could travel back in time, you'd be like, do these 3 things. We're going to make this work a lot faster, dude.
Number 1 would be stop being lazy, because I was a video editor at one point. I knew how to record my screen and edit the videos, but it's just like, that's boring. I'm just going to record it with my phone. But if I had good quality at first, it would have been so much better, so much faster growth.
And you're not specifically talking about like you needed a camera and a fancy light, just like bare minimum, I should at least record my screen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't have to make it look like a $10,000 editor spent an hour, 10 hours making your video. Just screen record it, upload it. So at least the video quality's there. 2, I would probably spend more time making videos to people instead of to me. When people are watching videos on TikTok and Instagram, they're not looking for people to tell them all about them. They want to see people talking to them personally through the screen. If I'm like, hey, look at this really cool thing I did, this cool thing I achieved, this cool thing I made, people will get bored. They don't care. People are selfish. That's just how people are. So they want to hear all about them.
Answer. And what's your third one then?
My third one would pretty much be don't get discouraged by numbers. Because when you start out, it will more than likely be slow, low numbers. Don't stop. Just keep going. That's how it starts for pretty much everybody. Keep doing it every single day, every other day, whatever works for you, just keep doing it consistently.
Now, do you have anything else somebody you think they should know?
Here's a thing I've been thinking recently that I think would help pretty much every creative out there. Stop asking and searching for tutorials and all these reasons to do it, and just do it. You don't need to watch 15 different videos about how to grow a TikTok account, reasons I should be making a TikTok account, making reels. Just do it. You will find your reason once you start doing it.